So, still in this whole comment discussion thread with people who do not at all understand how being disabled works. People wanting to say that, yeah, you're disabled, but you could totally still have a job. Here we go. Dolores B. If you can type this comment, watch this video, and post the comment, you have access to get out. I don't own a car. My wheelchair doesn't exactly work on the gravel in the area. Like, yeah, I can roll around my local complex, but if I want to go to the local corner store, I have to somehow go up a hill with gravel and over a railroad tracks and then down a little hill and across a street that has no crosswalk. It's literally not physically possible for me to navigate my own town in the wheelchair. So the ability to type has absolutely nothing to do with the ability to go places. Just where's the logic there? Plenty of ways you can make money online, even make YouTube videos to gain profit. Yeah, look at this, I'm making a video, but what sucks is I'm afraid to make money and, put the cost of my life on my grandmother. So I said, for all you know, I did not type these and was using an AAC device, because there are people who do that. Anyway, I can make money if I'm willing to lose my health insurance and place the burden of the cost of my entire life on my grandmother. How many times do I have to explain that being disabled is fucking expensive and it's not fair to my family to put the entire cost of my life on them? Just one of my medications right now is $800 a month, and my doctor wanted to start me on Abilify, which when it doesn't have insurance covering it is like $600 to $900 a month. So even before we're talking about any expenses of life, we're just talking about I wake up in the morning and need to take medication. We're already talking about like well over $1,000 a month just for me to wake up and take 2 of my 4 medications. Come on now. Come on. Is that fair to my grandmother? No. And this one, you need to stop pitying yourself. I'm not fucking pitying myself. I'm actually pissed the fuck off about this stupid goddamn situation. So honestly, that should have been my response, but it wasn't, because I'm trying to be non-hostile, non-confrontational on here. I mean, not on my channel. I'll be confrontational here. That's why it was hard for me to come out about my ex-husband, because I'm not trying to have as much of a serious channel anymore. Yes, some serious stuff, but I want to be more goofball and goofy goober stuff and having fun and being creative artistically. So yeah, on my channel, I kind of just openly, consensually allowing some forms of hostility. I think it'd be great to have a live show where there's even people who can call in and we can do stuff that's anger management, the movie style stuff, where we're just screaming our issues at each other, but at the end of the day, no one's mad at anyone. We just vented our spleens consensually, regardless of the fact that I'm pissed off, not pitying myself. If you don't, you will stay right where you are. Don't matter what life throws at you. Only way you can get better is if you first believe you can get better. Amazing. Too bad I literally can't get better because I have a genetic disorder where my DNA is literally broken. I had to go through years and years and years of doctors until finally being allowed to get my genome sequenced to find out that I have these disorders, the KIF1A related spastic paraplegia, pontocerebellar hyperplasia, and Charcot-Marie tooth disease, all of which I have mild forms of. I will admit that I don't have the worst forms of these disorders. I have the mild forms. I am lucky. So you see, I'm not pitying myself. I have the I have the not so bad forms of these disorders. Yeah, I struggle a lot, but it could be worse. I'm not pitying myself. I'm pissed off that if I did start earning money off of YouTube, that could just completely destroy my family. Like, I earn a wee bit too much money, government takes everything from me, then everything is on the shoulders of my grandmother. She has to pay for every single thing in my life. At least, I've had food stamps this whole time. She doesn't have to spend money on food for me. She can use my food stamp card to buy me food. That's a huge help so that she doesn't have to spend money on food for me, because I don't know where people live, but food is expensive here in New Jersey. I'm in a state that is very high cost of living, and I can't leave. Where the fuck would I go? How? I don't have someone else to take care of me. I can't afford to live on my own. So, yeah. So I said, I can't get better, and it's not some victim complex. I have a genetic disorder, my DNA is broken. Everyone who thinks I can get better is simply in denial. And anyone who thinks I am being a victim because I have a disorder doesn't understand the medical world. I have a disorder. That's it. Like, seriously, I'm not looking for sympathy. This is just my reality. I've got a disorder that will get worse and worse until I die. Whoop-de motherfucking do. I'm so special. No, I'm not. There's other people like this. Some people are born with an expiration date, okay? Some of us get, like, numbed to the idea of death. We know it's a possibility. Death is coming for us. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It's part of life. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm looking for systemic change so that myself and other disabled Americans can live and function in this world without being forced into poverty. That's the whole point of this conversation, is that disabled people are forced into poverty. So, you see, so many people. And look, this person, Angry Queer, your name is Angry Queer. Your name is Angry Queer. Like, can we be best friends? We need to be best friends. I'm angry all the time. I'm pissed off about everything all the time. And I want to be happier, but I'm just angry all the fucking time. Angry Queer. Like, that's just a name that says, why aren't we friends already? Like, hello, hi, I'm super pissed off all the time. Everything makes me angry, and I just can't help it. That seems to be where my emotional needle is broken, and that's a perfect screen name. Come be friends, please. Please come be friends. Anyway. There's just so much here. Right. This is someone that had actually explained this well, and I appreciate that because people seem to not understand. What is this? This is so they know you're not taking advantage of the program. Many people believe deformed autists and Down syndrome should be aborted so healthy people. Exactly. Like, yes, that's the things that people think, and it's disgusting. And it's ridiculous. And look, the fact that this person used the terminology in a way that doesn't Like, that's not politically correct. I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of political correctness, to be honest. It just makes it harder to communicate, in my opinion. Like, that's the thing. It just makes it harder to communicate. This is the good one. Maybe another way to phrase it so people understand better is conditional support. If one receives SSI or other related services, and I'm specifically talking about SSI, not SSDI. I do not qualify for Social Security disability income. I only qualify for the supplemental security income, which does give me the ability to earn money on the side. It's just all these complicated laws that make it so difficult because there's only a certain amount of money I'm allowed to earn on the side each month. And if I go a single dollar, sorry. Let me go back to this person's comment. If one receives SSI or other related services, they become in debt to the government. If there's $2,001 in a bank account, then services freeze. Or if they come across a sum of money, say lottery, they have to repay the debt to the government. And because they have that money, they no longer need the support. So, even if you've only got enough money to pay back one sort of like month's worth of thing, they'll still say you no longer need that support, even if that was only a one-time income. Once you start receiving benefits, you're stuck living minimally because unless you make enough to pay back what the services you receive cost and pay current living expenses, it might be more effort for the same or less. One possibility to try to save money might be to have someone trusted hold on to extra money who isn't tied to SSI and other benefits, and that is something people do, but not me, because I live with my grandmother and she's retired, which means she gets her income through Social Security as well. All the people in this household, their money comes through Social Security. That is the federal government. If we fuck around and try, like, saving up money that we're not really supposed to and all that, we're committing a federal crime. That's the fucky-wuckiness of this country and this situation. Disabled people, because we just have these gimpy bodies or brains that don't want to work for us and we require help, the government literally puts us in debt to them. And it's like, well, we've still got debtor's prison for you. Yeah. And I'm seeing how weird I look in this camera, and I'm kind of like making even weirder faces on purpose. Sorry if that's super distracting, but I'm confused as to what this camera is doing to my face shape. Is there some sort of weird selfie correction mode on or something? This isn't how I look in the mirror. Also, I've spent the last 30 years looking at 25 years looking at myself with glasses, and now I'm not wearing them all the time. Looks weird. So, yeah, anyway. That's my wake up rant for the day. I'm not sad that I'm disabled. I'm pissed off that the world is inaccessible for disabled people. And I'm not trying to be a victim by talking about the way Social Security and just this government in general traps people who are disabled in poverty. This is not something I'm trying to get pity for. This is a systemic issue that needs to change. Like, and going over every single detail of my personal thing, it doesn't matter. There are tens of millions other disabled people in this country who also don't deserve to be trapped in this debt spiral and, forced poverty just because they were born with disabilities or became disabled. This isn't an issue about me personally. I'm just a millennial who went through a lot of group therapy, so all I know how to do is talk about me, I, me. Because in group therapy, I was literally taught it is rude to talk on behalf of someone else or say you. You don't say you did this, you made me feel this. It's always I. I feel like this. I had this experience. I think some advice for you could be, I was taught to talk about myself and pretty much myself only. And that it's rude to talk about others and you should only talk about yourself. So, I was pretty much taught to be excruciatingly self-centered in all conversations. But the conversation doesn't have to be about me. There's other disabled people. I just have a way about me with speaking that comes across as extremely self-centered and sometimes entitled. I do want to work on that. But at the same time, I don't know how for a lot of it. It is a lifelong thing that has been just beat into my head. You don't talk about others. That's rude. You talk about yourself. You talk about yourself. I talk about myself all the time because that's what I was taught is the correct way to be, to not be rude. You talk about yourself. It's rude to talk about others. So, really want to move past that. Don't really know how. And so, this person, Alan F., I really appreciate this comment because it is a much better explanation than mine. It's not just about me. There's so many other disabled people in this country who also deserve to have, better quality of life. That's all it is. We want a better quality of life. It really sucks to just, live in my living room. And that's my life because I can't even go take a roll down to my local corner store because I can't access my corner store. If anyone wants to come try to help push me up over a gravel cliff and some railroad tracks, okay. See if we can get to my corner store without you wanting to tear your arms off and beat yourself over the head with them. Because, oh my God, I don't know how you would push someone in a wheelchair up a gravel hill, but that doesn't sound fair to you. Being disabled doesn't suck because of being sick. That's just a part of our lives as disabled people. The reason disabled people's lives suck is because of no accessibility. I can't navigate my own goddamn town because these sidewalks aren't good enough for wheelchair users. So, fuck your pity. I don't want pity. I want accessibility.